do you think, guys?
This one's going to be extremely interesting. You have 3D who lost to alternate attacks in the upper bracket, but then coming into this one, I don't know. It's anybody's ball game from here on out.
We saw the big momentum from that last match coming in, and 3D's got to be hyped up, but they got a long road to go. They've got 2 matches they have to win. That's 16 rounds in both of them. That's 32 rounds they've got to win in this thing. It's going to be a lot of rounds for 3D, and they need to pull it off if they're going to win this money and a little bit of Rolex watches.
So they're really going to get focused here. That's going to be one of the main keys. They're going to have to work on the aggression. They're going to have to play successfully all the way through. Again, it's pretty common sense, but again, it's going to come down to tactics. It's going to come down to the shots. And with Volcano being on like he was in the beginning, I think they actually have a better chance.
And it's also communication. They've got to be communicating. They've got to be working together. They've got to be talking. They really got to be in each other's minds, and that's going to be huge.
All right, guys, so we're going to go and get into the game and go give a quick rundown of what Inferno is like. It's got 2 different bomb sites. You've got the A bomb site, better known as the netted bomb site, in the top left-hand corner. And down in the bottom side, you also have the B bomb site. Now, the reason why they call... Okay.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, you were right on top of it. The reason it's called the B bomb site is because the banana bomb site. You see the shape of the actual hallway there. It kind of looks like a banana, and that's why we referred to it. So you're going to see a lot of action. Teams are trying to attack both these sites, and it's also interesting. The defense has to go a lot further to get between these sites than the offense. So a lot of fakes will happen here as teams try to mix it up.
Now alternate attack starting things off here in the beginning of the game, and Moon is able to get the first kill of the game. They're into Method. They're inside of that B site. They're trying to be able to clear out the site. Moon comes up big with that Glock headshot into Volcano, as now they're able to clear out the site. Rambo able to finally answer back here for 3D. Bomb has been planted inside of the B bomb site. It's just going to be ticking away here. Rambo looking to be able to get that second. Oh, it looks like Moon continues, and now it's going to be left up to Sievers as he's going to have to be able to pull this one off. He's working through the back halls. Bomb sticking away here. See if he's going to be able to pull this one off. Again, he's going to be able to move back around. Nice shots there coming in. He's able to take out one. Switches up the Glock. First fire, headshot. He's going to go straight for the defuse. The bomb ticking away, and that was a huge round. Oh, no. Very end of it. Bomb explodes, and it goes to alternate attacks. Comes down to the sliver of the defuse.
35 seconds for that bomb is how long you have, and it's ticking ever since it plants, and it just keeps going down and down and down, and Sievers thought he had it. You saw him. He just got all excited. He thought, oh, my gosh, I've got this round, and you know what? He didn't. He didn't win it, and guess what? Attacks is going to take the lead here, 1-0. Big time play, and that's a huge momentum shift.
Right now, as you can see the action, nice shot there by Jaguar there over towards the banana side. Now Sievers is all by himself again, but this time in a 1-on-4. As now let's go to figure out where that bomb is. The bomb should be heading back around over towards the other bomb site.
Again, 15 rounds on each side here. Defense 15, then you play offense 15, and right now 3D is on the defense. They would switch over to the offense after we get done with 15. The exact opposite is true for attacks.
So right now we actually still have Rambo and Sievers still alive. As now let's go and take a look. You can see they're going to start moving in here, and even though Rambo came out firing, Moon was still able to reflex to that shot. He's able to take down both of them inside of that netted bomb site. Score right now 2-0 as alternate attacks are getting a little antsy already. And right now, again, 3D losing this one so far here to alternate attacks. They're coming from the loser bracket, so what 3D has got to beat alternate attacks 2 times. Once on Inferno and then going on to Dust 2. Let's go and see what's going to happen here. As right now you can see the setup with 3D. Now they've got 4 guys heading over there towards Banana's side. As it looks like they're going to be able to get themselves, all 3 guys so far being taken down. Rambo's going to go and retreat back, knowing that he has no chance. He's going to go and take the chance to be able to defend this site. Now looking at it, alternate attacks are starting to head back over towards the other bomb site. Holding it out now. Take a look again. Rambo's still inside this site. He's got no confrontation so far.
We talked about it. It's a quicker rotation for the offensive team than it is the defensive team. So if you get caught in the wrong position as a defense, it's all over. The offense is going to get all the way back over to the other side so quickly. So, again, that's what happened to Rambo here in this situation, and he's going to just have to stick it out. Really, it's going to be a lot of quick rotations by these teams, and it's going to be which team can outguess the other team, and they're going to win this map.
And again, we're just giving the quick view of how the bomb has been planted in here inside the netted bomb site, and it seems that Roman was on the lookout to be able to find Rambo And again, Rambo got taken down there. Now the score is 3-0. Successful rounds there for alternate attacks, but it came up big as if Sievers was able to get that defused, then we could see a 3-0 score, not in the favor of alternate attacks, but for 3D.
Yeah, that came down to the fractions of a second, and both sides weren't sure how that was going to go until the very end. But now we get our first important gun round here. 3D needs to start building some momentum, and they can't allow attacks to get out too big of an advantage.
So we're going to go and take a look. Let's go and switch and see where the action really is going to be happening here for alternate attacks. Right now, they've actually got Jaguar boosted up onto this ledge, better known into the gaming community as Skybox. As now he's going to go and hold his position. He's looking out for those guys that are coming out of the apartment hallway. He's unable to get himself a kill there. Continues to be able to spam, and he still gets taken down there. That was huge. He had to be able to get at least one or two to be able to come up successful. Did drop down from the point, but he was unable to get himself a single kill. Method holding here inside of the library. He's going to go and hold out that point. He's going to be completely blind. That's the reason why he was able to shoot multiple bullets and unable to make a kill there. Chucky comes in there, gets the frag. 4-0 the score here for alternate attacks.
It's so important to play strong defense on those initial rushes. When those teams come into those bomb sites, they are going to have a great advantage because, again, like we talked about, it's such a long rotation. So if you don't play well on the initial entry, and if you do make stupid plays like Jaguar did there and not able to hit your shots, you're going to allow the other team in and they're going to win. So you've got to come up strong right there.
Got another little stack happening here over towards the banana side. Sievers gets taken down along with Volcano. Volcano plays extremely aggressive with that deagle, but they still have two guys make that one. Now is Rambo finally able to get a kill here. As we're going to go and take a look, Method was watching inside of mid. Rambo just on the other side of the box. Now, as you can see, he's right there as alternate attacks coming into the side. Rambo just on the other side, working his way in. Rambo tries to look for that frag, but it's not going to happen. Moon takes him down, as now it's 5-0 here in favor of alternate attacks. It was the same scenario, though. We've seen this work with Fnatic, and we've seen how it went back and forth. It still could work out here for 3D.
Yeah, like we talked about, Counter-Strike, a lot of runs in this game. You'll see games where you'll get out to a big lead, and then the other team will start to slowly bring it back. So 5 rounds is not undoable here for Team 3D, but they can't continue to do this up. They can't allow themselves to get too much further behind. They need to start turning this game back in their favor.
Now Volcano watching down towards Banana. He's playing this extremely aggressive. That actually might counter-affect him. It might hurt him in the end. But this time he's allowing Jaguar to be able to get in position here for Banana. We've got two guys watching that point. So again, Jaguar, a serious offer, a very intelligent sniper who usually can hold spots by himself.
And this is a key because if he can hold down the banana hallway all by himself, that allows him to have 4 guys in the other bomb site. So one of the things that if you're the attacks team is you want to try to isolate him and move him out of there and not allow him to be there. So this is important that they get kind of pressure here.
Looks like one of the members of alternate attacks, that's going to be Moon. He was actually able to hurt him down, and now Jaguar's down to 11 HP.
So a little battle inside of battle. There may not have been a frag there, but we saw them push him back, and that forces another guy to come over and help him. And so now it's not 4 in one side, it's only 3, and attacks can go back and attack the other bomb site here, which they're putting pressure on now.
Give you a quick look of how all spread out alternate attacks are taking every advantage of the map. They're spreading thin 3D so they can take advantage of them. Let's go and break it down for you. Let's go and follow the bomb carrier here for this game. As right now it looks like they're heading over there towards the apartment. Taking the bomb actually now back over to the B bomb site. They realize that it's going to be completely clear with Rambo and Method inside of this site. They actually have Jaguar joining them. Now, what is the reason why would Jaguar be able to join these guys?
Again, he's only got 11 HP. They know that they're probably not going to be able to help him much in the other bomb sites. So they're just going to say, you know what, rotate over to the main bomb site and work with us. And I'm surprised Attack hasn't gone over there. Yeah, I think Attacks did plan in the banana bomb site here, and they're leaving all of the Team 3D members in the netted bomb site.
Right now it looks like Method able to find Moon. The reason why right now we're watching alternate attacks chase after 3D, then it's so that they can lose those guns. Now Method peeks out, takes down one there into CHEF-KOCH. Jaguar, they're doing such a great job holding this on lock, even though alternate attacks is going straight for them. And still now it's down to a 2-on-1, but they're going to go and save their guns. They know they have no chance to run all the way across the map to be able to get to the bomb. Bomb's going to explode. And another round's coming in here. 6-0 for alternate attacks here for 3D.
Yeah, I mean, the real strategy was they knew they didn't have enough available. 3D did in order to take that bomb site back. So instead, they stayed in the other bomb site, and then Attacks tried to rush them and take the guns away. You see the 3D members trading guns there. The blue team, who is defense, Team 3D in this half, they were trading guns, trying to get everybody so that they're fully loaded and ready for this round. And with, if they hadn't saved out that round, if they hadn't all stayed where they were, they wouldn't have been able to do that, and they'd be forced to save in this round. It would have been an easy round for attack. So 6-0 right now, and 3D needs to change the momentum. They took that risk there to save their weapons. Now they need to make it pay off.
Now it's going to be a complete rush there towards the upper side. Seaver's able to get himself one. He's watching that position. Jaguar going to go and help out, but both Jaguar and Seavers both go down to Moon. They're by the AK. So now it's going to be back to a 3-on-3 situation. 3D Method is playing this one extremely aggressive, going straight for it. He does have the support behind him to be able to push in here toward the side. Rambo coming around here with the flank. As now they're taking their time. Moon finally going to be able to get this bomb planted here inside of the netted bomb site. They're checking their points. Let's go and take a look. There's Method over there in the far right-hand side. Volcano able to come in there, able to take down CHEF-KOCH. Moves back in. Volcano now going to get taken down. Remember, Method is going to be moving around here towards the outside. Rambo helps out as well. Rambo going to be able to take down two right there. Nice move. He's going for the defuse. As now they're going to go and pick up the guns that they need. What they're doing, he's delayed the defuse just a little bit to be able to take it out.
Okay, so right now, picking up their first round is 3D. 6-1 score right now. First to 16 is the winner. We've got 30 overall rounds potential. 15 in the first half, 15 in the second half. But the key is to get to 16 first to clinch that victory. And right now, only 10 left for attacks, but 3D a long way left to go in this map. And again, like we talked about earlier, they're coming from the loser's bracket. So not only do they have to win this map, then they have to force another map in order to claim the overall title. So a lot of work ahead of the guys from the United States.
Alternate attacks. Moon this time, he's been one of the dominant players here for alternate attacks. And that time he got taken down by Method, but what an incredible shot there by Roman. He came around the corner, found Volcano, who was extremely big there against Fnatic in the previous game. Now we're going to go and follow through. Watching Rambo, he's still holding this one, but the bomb is actually over in the other region. Seavers has got a lot of work to do. He's got to be able to cover this side over by himself. We do have a boost going on over here in the back hallways to be able to cover that area, but the real action is going to be happening here over inside of this side, as now the bomb's going straight for the bomb plant.
It looks like we had a fake here. It looks like attacks faked out 3D, and 3D rotated because of that long rotation. They decided they needed to move over there, and now 3D's out of position. They have to retake this bomb site. Yeah, they're not even going to try. They're going to give it up. Smart move by Team 3D. They're not going to be able to get back in, but that's a bad situation for them, as now they're in a big disadvantage in being able to buy weapons. They're not going to have nearly enough to be successful.
Again, they're just going to go ahead and save these guns. Again, for the weapons on the counter-terror side, they're extremely expensive to be able to work with, so they're going to go ahead and save their guns. And remember what happened with Volcano whenever he saved his gun.
Yeah, so we've seen some strong play out of some of the players from 3D in those situations, but they need to find a way to get a spark like that again, and they need to start turning this momentum, because 7-1 is a large deficit. They're down 6 already, and in this map, we see a lot of very even play. Even though it's a long rotation, the defense has a big advantage in terms of the actual entry of the sites. So normally you see about 8-7 scores for the teams. Well, the problem is they're already got 7 rounds, for attack. So, not much more 3D can give up and still feel comfortable going into the second half.
Jaguar scoping inside of mid, making sure no movement will be able to come up towards that middle connector, trying to be able to help out the rest of his team. Now CHEF-KOCH moving up here through the apartments. He's got his teammate there with him, creeping his way up. Volcano comes up big there in the Moon. He was over there towards that banana side. There's actually a 3-man stack here by 3D in that B bomb site. They're relieving Jaguar and Seavers, but that seems to be enough, as Jaguar is able to drop 2 so far. He's looking for the third one, misses that shot with the AWP. Seavers is going to be there. CHEF-KOCH now just on the outside of the apartments. He's moving in here with the bomb. As you can see right there, you've got Dominator right there in the bottom hand of your screen, bottom right hand, but 3D is moving in. They're going to go and try to be able to work their way around. Seavers gets taken out. Here comes the flank. It's going to be left up to the last member, Roman. Actually all by himself. He's going to play this one aggressive, go straight out for him. He's going to get caught off by 2 people, and now 3D comes back 7-2. Alternate attack, still leading this one here with 3D, but that might be a momentum change that we're looking forward to.
Yeah, they needed that round. I mean, we talked about it. That was a big shift by winning the round after the 3D won. So it's been big time back and forth between the two teams, and for 3D to win that round, they stopped anything from attack rebuilding any momentum. I mean, they could really put this away.
Well, prompter needs to know too. She didn't. Leading team 3D 7-2 right now. We'll be right back with the thrilling conclusion of the Counter-Strike Championship after this.
Down.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're watching the two teams. They're really close here. One-on-one.
What's the score?
Get down. Oh, just barely got that down. So just 1 second left. Still 7-2 score right now. And we're watching the two teams. Oh, it's one-on-one right now. It's a big play.
Alternate Attacks is leading Team 3D 8-2. We'll be right back with the thrilling conclusion of the Counter-Strike Championship. All right.
All right, now looking into it, you got 3D going at it as they're down by 6 rounds here to Alternate Attacks. Let's go and follow in. They're going to need something clutch here. They got to start coming back into the game right now. And again, Trevor, would you say that this map is extremely even?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to play it to the point where it's 8-7 score, so you're only going to go down by 1, maybe 2 rounds, or as little as possible heading into the next half. So 3D can't really give up any more rounds and expect to come back and win this effectively. And it looks like we're going to see an attack by the German team into the banana bomb site.
As now, again, you got Method along with Rambo inside this site. They're trying to be able to work this one out. It looks like actually Volcano, but look at this. We've actually got a retreat from Alternate Attacks. It was a distraction. They gave up. They tossed all smokes and flashes. So, of course, anybody would think that was a move. There was going to be a complete rush. Rambo stays there along with Shagwires. Now they're going to be able to press back around. Shagwire takes down 2, but he also gets eliminated. As now it's going to be down to a 1-on-2. Roman now working around. He's able to find Sievers. Bomb getting planted. Volcano and Method, who were transferred over from that B-bomb site. Here comes Roman. Roman peeks out. He's going to get fired upon by both Method along with Volcano at the same exact time. 8 to 3 is going to be the score here. He's going to go ahead and get the defuse here by Method. He's taking his time. He's going to go and pull this one away again. 8 to 3 final score. Our first so far the score of the game. As again, 3D is finally starting to get back into this one.
Yeah, I mean, a nice little play right there.
Starting to get back into this one.
Yeah, I mean, a nice little play right there, a 2-on-1 situation. But again, the reason they got to that situation was some nice play in taking out the guys as they attacked. As an alternate attack, tried to attack that banana bomb site. They got picked apart. And then when they tried to come back, 3D didn't bite on the fake. If you don't sell that fake, if you don't get enough damage done there, you can't force a rotation. And 3D basically stayed at home and won the round.
All right, now taking a look at it, we see 3D. They've got 2 guys watching over towards the B side. They've got Sievers, who's going to be your transfer guy, looking around. But all of Alternate Attacks, you can see all of this red right here. They're actually working their way in. Let's go ahead and get an actual view of what we're looking at. They've got 3 guys in this connector right here. They're going to start working their way up here. They're going to take their time. Again, smokes and flashes. Remember last time they faked over there towards the B side, but this time it's not going to be the case. They move in. Chucky accidentally takes out Moon, but he still ends up finding a way to be able to get a kill there into Jaguar. Bomb gets planted there inside of the B bomb side. Now we're going to see the transfer here from the counter terrorist side by Team 3D. As we go move in here towards the side, going to be down to a 3-on-4. And there goes Capio into Sievers, finds him over there in the small pit. Volcano comes back around there with the AK. Method's deciding to go and save his gun along with Volcano. They're going to go and retreat back all the way back to that B side.
I almost think this is a little too passive of play from Team 3D. They've given up at least 2, maybe 3 rounds in this game, and they really haven't capitalized upon those. So I think it's a little too passive of play. They've had such success with such, bold behavior in earlier matches that to see this kind of passive play from them, I don't agree with it.
It's a complete struggle. I honestly, I'm right there with you. That's how they beat Fnatic. That's how they worked them. They controlled
they got to the final.
That's exactly right. They controlled the tempo of the game. And if we remember from last time, Alternate Attacks is the one that put him down into the loser's bracket. And the reason why is because of the momentum shift. And that's exactly, you can get that same quote there from Dave Moto-Gafon. As right now we're going to go and take a look. We got, actually, look at this. Now we've got 3D stacking that B side. They're guessing. They've actually got the AK in the hands of Volcano. He's able to save that gun, but we can always go back to how Volcano worked it. So right now we can be able to see inside this site, kind of give you a quick view of what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the setup. Once you enter inside the site, you have to check that many points to be able to get inside this B bomb site. Now let's go and check to see if Alternate Attacks is anywhere to be found.
They haven't bought it. I think they're going to walk right into the other bomb site.
Look at this. We're going to switch back over. You can see how easy it is here. They're going to just stroll right in here, get that bomb planted. They're going to act as if, they're going to throw the smokes and flashes. They still don't know that 3D is not in there. They're looking to see if anybody's going to go and collapse in there. Bomb gets planted, taken away. As now, again, they're over there inside the nether side. Let's go and see what 3D is doing now. They're going to be transferring back around, see if they're going to look for some exit kills or try to actually even overtake. It was a gutsy stack there. Moon going to work there just on the other side. Following right now behind Method from 3D. He's retreating back. He knows that somebody's there in his own spawn, in the counter-terrorist spawn. Back over to Volcano. Taking a look now. He's working it out. Going very extremely slowly again. Save your guns.
Yeah, in this situation, though, there was no hope. But the previous round, they should have gone after it, in my opinion. Now it's 9-3. Oh, excuse me, now it's 10-3 as they pick up that round. So now 7 rounds behind heading into the second half, and the best that they can do is 10-5 before we switch sides. So 3D is not looking good heading into that second half, even if they were to win the final 2 rounds. So 3D needs as much as they can possibly get here before they have to switch over to the offensive side.
Following behind Alternate Attacks, going right behind the bomb carrier. He's taking straight through the round, but that's going to be big right there on the top right hand of your screen. You can see how Method took out CHEF-KOCH there by Banana by an AWP. That's something that we haven't seen from Mikey Method so lately, is the op in hand, and he's actually able to start to go to work.
Very intense behavior here from Team 3D. They know they have a lot to do, a lot of work ahead of them, so Method focused in on his screen, getting ready for what should be a very important last 2 rounds.
Still following in here behind Method as he's scoped in. He's trying to be able to hold B bomb site by himself. Of course, he still has some support inside that site, but if he can able to shut it down, that will help out and benefit 3D here in the end. Now let's go and figure out where Alternate Attacks is here on this map. As right now it looks like we've got 2 guys that, in actual one of the bomb carriers also heading there through the apartments, but Jaguars just on the other side get ahead of the Alternate Attacks right here as they're going to be heading down here through the carpet hallway, and Jaguars just right here on the outside. Is he going to hold it out? Here comes the smokes and the flashes. Jaguar is just going to go and spam away. He's going to get taken down there on the outside. They have 3 guys now inside the site. They're collapsing on this bomb site. And Sievers tries to go to work, but look at this. They still have Rambo there over in the corner. He's able to drop 1. He's looking for 3 here for this round. As now again he's working to his end. Switches over to the USP. Let's go and switch back in and see this guy move in. And Method comes all the way around from the B-bomb side to be able to help out Rambo and be able to clutch that round. 10-4 now the score. A little too late though. I mean, they have to win this next round, and then they'll feel okay, but they have to play extremely aggressive on that T side.
Yeah, that's a big round in order for your confidence going into the second half, and they definitely need to win this round in order to clinch that up. But great play by Rambo. He may have just saved that match for them. Really tough when you get surrounded by that many people, it's hard to keep track of where all the opponents are. Rambo, though, keeping his calm, able to pick off people one by one and save the round and allow Method to come in and help out to finish it off.
Right now, 4 alternate attacks are doing the same thing that they've been doing for all the other maps. They're spamming through this wall. They're trying to be able to find Jaguar to be able to cause a little bit of damage, a little conflict, so that they will be able to penetrate towards that bomb site. Because last time, Jaguar wasn't that much of a competition, but Rambo himself, he was able to. He was the one that had it on lock. He was the one that put pressure on alternate attacks and ended up picking up that round.
But they did exploit that hallway right there, that carpeted hallway, and the reason they were able to do that was because of Jaguar. So they seem to be picking on him right now.
This time, Rambo says, I'm going to watch that position. He's going to be able to get himself one. Jaguar going to play from afar with the usual AWP, the sniper rifle that we'll see in Jaguar's hands. As right now, Method playing extremely aggressive there over by Banana. It's going to get, looks like Roman's all by himself. He's got the bomb in hand. He's down to a 1-on-4. Starting to work his way around through the house area. He does have the bomb, so he's going to be able to work this out however he wants to. This is the final round of the first half. If Roman can be able to pull this one off, then it's going to be able to extend that one to 11-4. Still following in here behind Roman from alternate attacks. He's really starting to take his time to be able to get in here towards the side. He's got the time. He's got 20 seconds left here to go. He's trying to clear it inch by inch, but if he takes this much time, it could be the end of it. He has to start playing aggressive. He's able to take out Severs, moving in towards the side. He's only got 9 seconds to get that bomb planted here. Peeks out around. Jaguar comes out firing with that AWP, and now it's going to be a 10-5 for your first half score. Coming 3D shoes.
It's a lot of work.
It's going to be tough.
It's a lot of work for Team 3D. They need 11 rounds to win this map in this second half. On the offensive side, they're going to need to come out very aggressive. They're going to need to find some good strategies. Like I said, their best ability to win rounds is going to be by faking. They can go to one bomb site, come back to the other. And if you're attacks, all you got to do, guess right 5 or 6 times, and you're going to win this match.
All right, so we're heading into the second half. Now, remember, alternate attacks played extremely aggressive, and they were able to work against 3D. They were able to control the tempo of the game there against 3D. And now you're going to have to be able to watch these guys, see if that's still going to be the same case.
We've seen consistently over the last couple of matches that the team that wins the opening round of a half can run off 4 or 5 rounds. That could be huge here. That could be the determiner for attacks. They could win the overall final if they do that, whereas 3D, they might get right back in it.
3D has worked all the way through all of the WSVG. They played in Landwehr, Kentucky, where they placed first against Panzimic. They played at the Intel Summer Championship in Dallas. It's coming all down to this. 3D wants to continue. Jaguars bringing in the heart of the game, and he's able to pull out the USP, grab himself 2 kills. Method able to join into it as well. He's able to take out Capio. Roman finally able to answer back there into Rambo. As Rambo tried to be able to press up, played a little bit aggressive there, but he got taken down. Now, 3D realizing that B bomb site is going to be a little bit clear, but it's not going to be the complete case. As CHEF-KOCH is moving in here, he's going to be watching in. You've got right now 2 guys from 3D. They're going to start heading back. Now the 2 members of alternate attacks, so there's a huge transfer there by alternate attacks. They took no time. Method pushes up, but look, that was a big shot there by Roman, but we've seen the transfer as right now 3D is already heading over there towards that netted bomb site. Going straight for that bomb plant.
Again, defense has a longer time to rotate, so the offense taking advantage of it. They sucked them into the banana bomb site and then went, oh, we'll go to the other place, all the way back to the other bomb site to win that round. So big time play right there by 3D in this 3v1. They just need to make sure they don't get isolated.
Roman wraps around to the left side. That's the same spot that nobody was watching. He's going to go and press in here towards the side. He's got the time, but Severs will be able to take it out. As now we're 10-6 is the score, still in favor of alternate attacks. 3D wants to continue, be able to progress and push it to his second map.
Again, like we talked about, this opportunity for Team 3D to convert potentially 4 more rounds here. They've got to make sure they do it. They can't allow themselves to get caught off guard in any of these situations. Attacks may do some risky things here now that they're in a disadvantage. They may try to stack all the players in one bomb site. Here we go, 4 of them in that main bomb site now. Let's see where 3D decides to go.
Roman, who's been extremely doing well with his USP, is staying inside of that B bomb site all by himself, unlike the way that 3D stacks all 5 of their guys together. But look at this, the duty of Roman is going to be tough because he's not only competing against one member of 3D, but he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. Make that 5 now as 3D decides to start moving towards this B bomb site. Let's go back over here to see what Roman's going to be dealing with. Again, he's got only a USB to be able to deal with here. Taking a look, starting to work it in. So we're going to go and zoom back down here. Again, that's Roman in front of your screen dealing out the damage here for 3D. That's going to go start in. Roman able to get Jaguar. And now they're going to see a transfer happening here from alternate attacks. Looks like 3D is actually going to go and move back there. You see it falling back. Capio is actually watching out for the flank there, and he was going to try to be able to get himself at least 1 kill, but now 3D has access to the netted bomb site, and they'll go ahead and try to get that bomb planted.
I think they actually underestimated their own teammate there. They thought Roman would get overrun, and instead of getting overrun, he played extremely well, and that caused attacks to rotate over, and they have to come back now. 3D planning in this netted bomb site.
Now Moon all by himself here for alternate attacks. Just a safe run here for alternate attacks. They took a gamble. They stacked 4 guys in the netted side, but look at this. They did get 2 frags.
Yeah, that's excellent job there with the weaker gun, excuse me. And again, Moon playing pretty strong this first half. Not able to get anything there, though. So now 2-0 in this second half. Overall, Corey, it is
10-7 here in favor of alternate attacks here over 3D. 3D able to pick up these first 2 rounds in the second half. They continue with this road. It could start looking good here for 3D.
Yeah, they could get back in this pretty quick if they keep it up. But again, they need to stay away from any traps. We saw them in this last round. They almost ran into a trap there in that banana bomb site. They had him all alone, but they waited too long, and almost everyone from attack showed up to help him out. They still rotated away from it, though. So again, 3D looking to avoid any trap at this point.
Right now, 3D working what we call a default strat here in the Counter-Strike community. What it is kind of spreading out your guys. You're looking for a pick. You're looking for an entrance. You're looking for an entry kill to start things off. And that's exactly what they're doing.
You know, looking for a little hole. You're trying to poke a hole in the defense and then exploit that hole and run right through it.
Now you can see it looks like alternate attacks is again saving this round. Also, what you work with the default round is you work your way out. You want to make sure that you don't want to get overwhelmed by pistols, because there's always a chance the gamble may pay off. The USP may be able to take out a Galil. Right now, we're going to start moving in here straight for that netted side. As there's going to be the members. Moon comes up big, not only with 1 USP, he's looking for a 3rd one. That was close. If he was able to take out Method and be able to pick up those 8Ks, that could have been a huge round there. 10-8 still in favor of alternate attacks, but 3D is able to pick up those 3 rounds here in the second half.
Full gun round coming up. Alternate attacks can buy everything they need to be successful in this round, but 3D also has everything they need. So a crucial round for both sides. Alternate attacks wants to stop this little momentum by 3D and put themselves in a position to maybe close out this match, while 3D wants to bring this thing back to even, and they'll have the opportunity if they do win this round.
What an interesting approach here by alternate attacks. They're using that smoke to be able to get here. They're playing extremely aggressive. They're trying to change the momentum that 3D's already gained here in this map, as Sievers peeks out, takes down CHEF-KOCH. Now, CHEF-KOCH really hadn't been doing much in this game. And so right now, looking at it, let's go and see what's going to happen with these guys. They're already starting to move their way up here towards that A side. Chucky watching inside the side. He's also got his teammate along the side with him. 3D now, they've penetrated. They've worked it out a little bit. And now they're going to go and just kind of toy around, delay it out a little bit and spread them out.
They've managed to be able to pick off one of the guys, which spreads out the defense even further for attacks. They've only got 4 guys to cover 2 bomb sites now instead of the usual 5, so that makes it even more difficult. And what 3D's doing is letting them settle. Then they're going to make a decision on where they want to go. It looks like they're going to head towards the banana here. Then they're going to make an aggressive move and hopefully find a very weak bomb site waiting.
All right, so now we've got 4 guys. The only 4 guys here for 3D. They're going straight in with smokes and flashes. He's got to be able to deal some damage here to Capio. Capio going to be right there. He's going to be able to get himself 1. As now Capio gets himself 3 there inside of the site. Now Volcano's got to be able to deal with Capio. He hasn't been taken down. Finally, Capio goes down. As now Volcano now working it out. He's got to be all by himself. There's still a possible chance here. He might be able to pull this one off. He's going up against Moon and Roman. That was a big boost right there. You can see how Roman got boosted up on top of the box and then pushes inside the sight. That was a big round there by alternate attacks.
Important play by Capio right there. 3 big frags stopping that entrance there, and 3D had a great opportunity to win a round there. They just couldn't pull off the frag. You got to get the entrance frags. You got to be successful there coming into the site, and they weren't able to do it. It's so easy. You've got 3 guys. You can't take out 1 guy on an entrance. You're not going to win rounds, and that's as simple as that.
So now, again, 3D seemed as if they were going to completely take back over this game, but that's not the case here. Alternate attacks changed the game. We're back at 11-8 here with alternate attacks leading this one. As now Sievers peeks out, he's able to spot 2, and he's going to go and continue here and clear out this netted bomb site. Moving in extremely slower. Look at this Capio just under. He's got 2 HP. He's right there on the outside. He's spamming away. Anything can take him out, especially an AK-47 from Jaguar. Jaguar spams away, takes down Roman. As now Moon is going to start working his way around. Jaguar right there just going for that spam. He knows he's got to be there. Complete and utter spam, but he's unable to get a kill there with the AK. The recoil is just way too much there for Jaguar. As now Moon's going to go and fall back there towards that B side. But look at this. Method's on a manhunt. He's looking for a frag. He wants to be able to get that gun out of the hands of Moon. As a bomb will go ahead and explode. And look at that. Moon continues to be able to get himself frags. He just kept running and running and running. But now the scores is stuck at 11-9. 3D able to come back, be able to pick themselves up a gun round. Still anybody's ball game.
Good entrance right there. 2 big frags by Sievers on the entry right there, and they were able to get themselves into the bomb site, get that bomb down, cover it, and attacks got so bunched up. They had 2 guys in the same area in that library, enclosed area right there, right outside of the bomb site, and never were able to get out. Jaguar was able to pinch them in even further, and they had to run back and get away, Moon being the only survivor at the end. 4-1 in this half. Overall, coming a little closer.
Man, it's getting extremely intense here, 11-9. Take a look here and see what's happening here. We're watching these guys shoot 3D. They're just, again, spreading these guys out. They're just kind of making their shots, taking their time here against alternate attacks. They don't want to risk anything right now. Moon's actually playing a little bit aggressive there, over there towards the banana side. Again, just working it out here, taking their time, bound to be able to push here towards this netted bomb site. Capio's actually got a USB in hand. It's actually quite interesting. It's going to follow in and following into the behind 3D. They've got 3 guys rushing in here towards the site. We're going to go and check it out. Here's Jaguar in the background calling from the library. He spotted himself 1. Volcano is going to be able to get himself a kill. Bomb goes down inside of the netted bomb site. Moon coming back around there into Jaguar. Let's go to find out where Capio is. Capio has got a USB. He's also grouped up there with Moon and his teammate Roman. Now where's Roman at? He's actually using the cliff of this wall right here. As he's just taking his time, you can see right here, Roman right there, hiding behind the wall. What he's looking for, again, is the executes that we speak of so many times. Let's go and see if he's got anybody he's going to be able to deal with here. Seems that looks like 3D found a better exit, so Roman's not going to be able to get any kills here. Round's going to go to 3D, and now we're 1 round a difference between the 2 teams. But alternate attacks still leading this one here against 3D.
Yeah, so right now 11-10 right now, and great job by 3D. They continue to put the pressure on. Attacks doesn't have anywhere to go, and Attacks is finally going to be able to buy again in this round. So we come down another buy round that could determine the next couple of rounds after it. So important for 3D to continue to put that pressure on and continue to deny Attacks any life here, as they still have a long way to go in terms of winning this match. Again, 1st to 16 will give you the victory. Both teams just passed the century mark, 11-10.
3D going back to what they know works best. They're setting their guys up inside of mid. Got right there the German team, alternate attacks, were leading this in the upper bracket. They're coming straight from the upper bracket. They are able to lose here on the Inferno, but they really don't want that to be the case. They want to go and win it now. Right now they're going to go and start working their way here towards that B-bomb site. That's going to be 3D taking their time. We're going to go and switch back over here and see what the defense is here. It's going to be Roman just inside of this B-bomb site, back over to 3D, who's now starting to work around towards that over towards the banana side.
we've seen a pretty good job by 3D of attacking both bomb sites. They've continued to keep them honest. They haven't allowed them to rotate between it. And a good attack here of the banana bomb site will allow them to continue to keep attacks guessing about where the offensive attack will come.
That was a big kill there. Roman finds a way to be able to take down Rambo and Method. He's going to be able to regroup with his team. Volcano getting that bomb down here inside of the B bomb site. Jaguar moves around. He's able to get himself 1-2, but gets taken down by CHEF-KOCH from behind. Volcano now working around. He's checking for the back calls. Almost able to connect there with that AK. Flashbang is being brought out there. He's going to be able to spam out. CHEF-KOCH going to be able to take him out. Now the score going to be at 12-10 here in favor of alternate attacks.
Nice round right there to pick that up, and 3D didn't get the entrance they needed. They definitely got taken out as they tried to flank around the back of the banana bomb site there. They went into one of those back hauls, and they were right there. Attacks was waiting as they stepped out, took out 2, and never did 3D recover after that. They basically were stuck in that bomb site with bad odds, and alternate attacks retook it with simple ease, and now 5-2 in this half.
It's getting really, really intense here. 3D coming from the loser's bracket. You've got alternate attacks coming from the upper bracket. Facing off here in the finals here at the World Series of Video Games presented by Intel here in New York. Comes all down to this, all down to Inferno. 3D looking to push it to the next map to DOS 2. Alternate attacks. The German team can continue to be able to win this and just go home with the 50 grand along with the Rolexes.
I'd love a Rolex.
As right now it looks like alternate attacks keeping the setup that's been working for them so far. The 2 rounds that they've won here on the counter-terrorist side. Moving in, just again 3D just spreading out their guys. They're just trying to be able to spread out. Let's give you a quick overview of what we're looking at. Actually now it seems that they're going to start condensing their guys down over there towards Banana. I'm pretty sure alternate attacks, the way that they've got their guys set up, they're going to go and start moving. Moon and Roman both inside the side. CHEF-KOCH able to pick out Volcano there inside of mid. Let's go and get into the actual action here with the game. As here comes the smokes and flashes set up for the B-side push. Going straight inside the site. They know that they've got one of the guys there in the backside. Let's go and switch around. Roman, who came up big there in the previous round. He's going to look to try to be able to do it again here with that M4. Spams out, able to take out Sievers and Jaguar. He comes always in with 2 frags. As now, here comes Method. Method, he's got to be able to watch the flank there. Back around towards the back calls. Got to do what Volcano couldn't do. He picks up 2. He's looking for 3. As now he's going to be able to come back around. Let's go to C. As now it's down to CHEF-KOCH all by himself. Huge round there by Rambo and Mikey Method. So, as right there, wow, what a move there by Mikey Method. So from Team 3D. Making the score now 12-11. Here still in favor of alternate attacks.
Yeah, Roman's playing huge for attacks in that banana bomb site, but Method got 3 frags of his own to make up for it, and Team 3 looked in serious danger when they first attacked, but, you know, an individual performance like that can really make up for it and allow the team to get back into it. So a great job by Team 3D, 6-2 in the half, and overall.
Right now it's down to 12-11. And looking into it right now, you've got these guys, the way that they've been working this the entire time. Now alternate attacks has to save. They've finally been forced into a situation where they're going to have to save their guns. And this is big because that pretty much almost locks another round, be able to push it into a tie, which puts us in a standstill for a little bit to see who's going to be able to win this one, because right now it's anybody's ball game with alternate attacks saving.
But 3D will have the momentum, though, if that does happen. So it's important for 3D to not fall into a trap again in this save round and get themselves an easy victory. And if they do, use that to build the momentum towards maybe a possible victory in this match.
Capio, Moon, and Chucky both go down. All 3 of them are actually going to get dropped there inside that side. Method able to get that bomb. And pretty much a standard round here so far for 3D as they're able to move their way here slowly enough into that netted bomb site. Left up to Roman. Roman still could be able to pull off something. He's been big, but it's not going to be the case here on the 9th round as alternate attacks and Team 3D are now tied up here in the first set of the upper bracket or the finals altogether. It's looking intense.
Yeah, great job by 3D. They continue to mix things up. They're attacking both bomb sites very effectively. They're basically keeping attacks off guard. Attacks doesn't know where 3D is going to attack, and it leaves them completely guessing. They cannot rotate players. They can't bunch up players like they would like to. They'd like to bring maybe 4 guys over to the main bomb site, only leave 1 here in this banana bomb site, but they don't have a choice. Team 3D has been successful in both bomb sites, very effective, and that is making attacks stay honest.
All right, looking around throughout the map, you can see right now Method getting boosted up into this window. That allows access to this point over here. Let's go back real fast, kind of give you a quick view of what we're looking at right now. As it looks like we can go and switch back around throughout the map. This is where Method got boosted up into this house right here. He actually got boosted through this window. Again, that allows access. We've seen a lot of that happen from alternate attacks.
It gives you a better angle, too, into that bomb site. You can get a little bit of a good view into there. If he steps out down those stairs, you can see down into that sand pit, something you can't do as well without. And Roman's going to pick up the first frag there over in the banana area. So Rambo, one of the top players for 3D, has gone down, and this is giving the guys from attacks a 4-on-5.
They're going to go in a rush here towards this bomb site, towards the netted bomb site, making their move here. Look at this boost up on the box. It's not going to be able to pay off. Chucky right there. Going to be able to get himself 1, 2, 3. Where's Chucky at? As right now, looks like Volcano's in a bad situation. He's going to be able to spot Chucky. Chucky was actually inside of the pit. He really hadn't been that predominant here in the entire World Series of Video Games tournament so far. But finally, Chucky finds the time to shine, and this is the right time to do it in.
Nice time to step up with a couple of big frags, and then Moon finishes it off for him. 7-3 in the half, overall 13-12 as Attacks regains the lead. Almost for 3D, almost they had a chance there to push themselves into the victory, but or into the lead, excuse me, and not able to do it though as Attacks regains.
Well, it looked as if we're talking about the momentum change this entire game. That's been the case all the way through. It's going to be a complete seesaw battle here with alternate attacks and Team 3D. As now we're going to go and focus in, see what 3D is going to be able to buy here. They've got the rounds in their favor. This is the boost that we were talking about before. As now again they're able to boost their guy up again. That's the Method into the house again. As right now he's going to work his way out. Nice shot there to Capio. Changes it over there to Chucky. Mikey Method so comes in and he's able to dominate there and toward the entry. And that's going to allow Shaguar to also help out. But CHEF-KOCH also got 2 kills in that round so far. Bomb gets planted here inside of the netted bomb site. Coming back around, Moon all by himself. He's going to get the job done so far. He's down to a one-on-one. Mikey going up against Moon. And Moon spans through the wall and through the box. And wow, a 1-on-3. And Moon comes out firing. He's able to drop not just, again, 3 guys inside the site. Mikey Method so had the upper hand. He could have been able to spam back, but he's behind the box. Kind of put him at a little bit of disadvantage in the end. Now the German team's leading this one here over 3D.
Yeah, again, in that 3-on-1 situation, they needed to consolidate. 3D did that bomb site a whole lot better. They needed to spread out. They allowed him to come in and just take them out one by one in very, close proximity. They needed to get themselves on different sides of that bomb site and force him to fight them in a delay action so they could all hit him at one side from different angles.
Alternate Attacks is 2 rounds away from winning $50,000 in Rolex watches here at the World Series of Video Games presented by Intel. Here comes Roman. He's trying to be able to inch closer and closer to that 50 grand, the cold hard cash, as now it looks like he's going to go and fall back. We're falling right now behind 3D Rambo. He wants to make sure that dream, that goal for Alternate Attacks does not happen here on the battlefields of DE Inferno. Looking around here, Moon's heading back around. Let's go and give you a quick, it's now down to a 2-on-3 as Roman and CHEF-KOCH are both alive over there inside of the netted bomb site. And Moons is going to be over there by himself over inside the B.
This is a smart move by Team 3D. When you have lesser numbers, it's always better to attack this banana bomb site because you know there's not going to be nearly as many guys. So when you look at the pure numbers battle, Team 3D has 2 guys versus Alternate Attacks 1 guy in this bomb site. So if they attack this fast enough, they could get in there and have the advantage. But any delay here is going to allow a rotation.
Moving in, nice counter flash coming in there. Look at the gun that Seaver's got. He comes in there firing. He's able to take out and even things back up. 2-on-2. And again, you're still 2 rounds away here for Alternate Attacks to be able to win this, and that's going to put him at game point. If 3D wins, this one's going to be a big round. It might even be a complete momentum shift to be able to lead them to a victory, to be able to push into another one, giving 3D the chance to be able to win that 50 grand. Here comes the here comes a flashbang in towards the side. CHEF-KOCH playing extremely aggressive. CHEF-KOCH able to get one, but Seaver's able to take out Roman, and then Rambo comes back into CHEF-KOCH. Now we're at 14-13. 3D always loves to make it interesting.
Oh, and they sure are. It's back and forth, and neither team seems to get a clear advantage. When one team starts to pull ahead, the other team comes up with a big play, and it is just back and forth nail-biter right now between Attacks and Team 3D.
There's no way I can say this enough. It's getting close. You can feel it right now. Alternate Attacks has the chance. It's almost in their grasp, but 3D keeps batting them away. They don't want them to be able to have that 50 grand right here. They really want to be able to have that, maintain the Rolexes, and it's looked right now. Alternate Attacks seems to be saving for this round.
So that means it's probably going to end up here, closing it up, we end up with a 14-14 score potentially if 3D doesn't get caught off guard. So that would mean we'd go into the last 2 rounds tied up. That's as close as it can get. So let's buckle yourself in.
Yeah, it's going to be a bumpy ride coming all the way through as Volcano starts things off. Looking good for the Americans. Volcano continues. Again, this is just a save round. Volcano picks up 3. He's going straight after that frag. Capio hiding around behind the wall. Capio finally able to shut down Volcano. He's going to be able to pick up that AK-47. Bomb being planted here by Rambo. Finally here inside of the net of bomb site. Score right now. Again, 14-13. If Alternate Attacks comes back into this one, then it will bring it 10 and they'll be able to win it. Now let's go and flip around. As you can see, Capio down to 8 HP. He's really starting to hurt here in this game. Is right now, again, 14-13. Right at that mark with 50 grand. Looking around throughout the map, they're just saving their guns here.
It looks like 3D's just going to save. Yeah, exactly. I mean, excuse me. It looks like Alternate Attacks is just going to save. So another round for 3D. Ties it all up. Like I said, 14-14. 2 rounds left to go to decide it.
Coming down to the wire here with Team 3D along with Alternate Attacks. Alternate Attacks has made this extremely interesting. They started off aggressive. They started off strong. Team 3D, the comeback kids, come all the way into this one to push it to 14-14. As right now it's looking extremely good for either team. It's anybody's game right here at this point. Again though, Alternate Attacks has the upper hand at this 14-14 score.
Any team, in either team that gets this round right here is going to put themselves in a position to win the match. The other team, if they lose this, all they can hope for is a tie. So you want to win this round in order to put yourself in a position where you dictate tempo in the last round.
Again, it's what comes down to it. The first 1 to 16 wins this game. As right now it's 14-14. That's 2 rounds away for both teams to try to be able to win this game. Again, it's the end of the finals coming down to this. If 3D wins it, as Reynolds going to get a look here, kind of be able to get around here. Capio peeks out, he's able to take down Shagwire, making their move around. Flashbang is being brought out, smoke grenade right there around the outside. It looks like, actually take a look at this. We got 3D starting to close down here onto this side. He's got 1, 2, and 3 guys working around here towards this area. As now they're going to start working their way around here towards the netted bomb site. They're taking their time. We still got 2 guys here inside the site. As you can see up on the screen, we actually got Volcano going to be coming out here through the apartments.
3D has the advantage here, a 3-on-2 in this bomb site. They need to attack, though, and they need to be aggressive and get the first couple entry frags, because if they don't, the other player for attacks will be able to come in and rotate. So a big, important entry right here.
All right, so now it's going to be basically a 2-on-1 coming into this side. Nice move there by CHEF-KOCH. Capio comes back around. Huge round there by CHEF-KOCH. And Alternate Attacks is 1 round away to be able to get that full 16 rounds. 15-14 is the score overall, as Alternate Attacks is again 1 round away from being able to win this one and be able to get that 50 grand.
3D, though, in a difficult position right near money-wise. They're going to have to buy what they can. That's going to make it very difficult to win this round. So the advantage definitely goes to Alternate Attacks in this last round. 3D is not going to have nearly as much to work with as Attacks does, so that gives them an advantage, but it's not out of the reach. 3D is going to have to come up with something special here.
Coming down to it. It's coming all the way down to the wire. That's what we're talking about. This is what it's going to all look at right now. We've got a setup. We've got 3 guys from 3D coming up right now. It's going to go and take a look. That's CHEF-KOCH right outside of the apartments. He's looking to be able to battle against 3 members of 3D. Here comes the move. CHEF-KOCH under a flash fake. He's going to get taken down there by 3D. An aggressive pushing is really starting to pay off. Bomb getting planted here inside of the netted bomb site. As now, look, we're going to see a transfer happening here from the rest of these guys. We've got 3 members of 3D here inside of this big pit, and they're going to go and take advantage of it, making the shots. Here comes the movement. Here comes the alternate attack. 3D looking to push this one into an overtime. Left up to 1 member. Roman comes out, looks for a shot. Overtime here with 3D and alternate attacks.
So overtime is 3 rounds per side. So basically, instead of playing 15 per side, we only play 3. So it's a lot faster, a lot more action, and looks like we may have a little bit of a break as the 2 teams regather themselves, maybe talk about some strategies, figure out how they want to go about this overtime. It's a lot of quick action. There is full money available for both teams. No teams have to worry about buying. So really all it comes down to is 3 rounds per side. Play it out. It's really fast, really quick. It's extremely exciting, and at the same time, there's a lot of pressure on both teams here.
It's going to come down to this. Alternate attacks wants to be able to move on, to be able to win it all here in New York. And you've got 3D, who came from all the way from behind to be able to win this. As right now we're taking a look, getting the whole rules in here.
Team 3D talking about what they want to do. I think that you have a bunch of strategies available to you on the opening rounds. You normally come up with a multitude of options. And if you look at that, you go, okay, well, what do we want to do? What's been successful? We think about back to what we had working for us earlier in the match, and you try to determine what's going to be the best chance for you to win here in the overtime, because you got to bring your A game in overtime. You got to bring your best strategies out, and you got to put yourself in the best position to win. So that's normally what the 2 teams are going to be talking about right now.
We looked at it so far, though, with the alternate attacks. The playing style that's been working so far is the aggressive tactics. Now, will they going to be able to do this again?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you want to play it. If you're 3D, you take a risk and say, okay, if they want to be aggressive, we're going to attack somewhere that we don't think they're going to be nearly as aggressive, run them over and play well. Or you sit back and wait for them to be aggressive. When they come to you, take them out.
Just like any other overtime in any other sport coming into this one, you have an additional time added on. But this case, we're round-based, and so we're going to add the additional 3 rounds that you were talking about. You get the chance. It's a full 6 rounds. And this first one to be able to win 4 rounds in the overtime.
Yeah.
3 rounds on both sides, and then you switch, and
so
you get your other chance.
Basically wipe away all first of the 30 rounds and just concentrate on the last 6 rounds. That's all that matters here. The first, so it's like playing a mini match. All you have to do, first 1 to 4. So a lot of action really fast.
All right, guys, it's going to be extremely exciting. Team 3D and alternate attacks coming all the way down to this to an overtime. So we'll be right back with the overtime with Team 3D and alternate attacks.
I'm really looking forward to this. Every time you go into overtime, every round builds the pressure on both teams, and it just becomes even more exciting. So let's get it underway.
All right, already started to take a look. Let's watch alternate attacks who put the offensive on 3D. As now we're here with Team 3D and alternate attacks going for the 50 grand in the new Rolexes here in the very last match here with alternate attacks and 3D. 3D looking to press this on to Dust 2 to be able to fight again, but it may not be the case. As right now Again, it's the first 1 to 6 rounds here in the overtime. As right now, again, all guns are going to be bought here starting off. So it looks like we're going to let's go and take a look at the setup that we got going on here. Jaguar and 3D, or Jaguar and the Volcano both working their way up towards the banana slides. Let's go and take a look here real fast.
Looks like right now they're setting up nice and slow. Nobody wants to make any mistakes right now. It's overtime. Both teams are looking for the other team to make that mistake, and I don't think either team wants to be the first one to do any action at all. Both teams slowing it down.
Just kind of taking their time, working it out here. Looks like alternate attacks may actually be becoming a little impatient here after tossing out the grenades. 2 grenades now that we've seen.
You see the grenades being thrown there. You've got 3 different grenade types. You've got a grenade, you've got a smoke grenade, and you've got a flash. So teams using those effectively right here early on in this overtime.
Starting to work their way here towards that B bomb site. Going to go and try to be able to go to work. Here comes the spam there through the box. Working here towards the side. Around the box goes Roman. Roman and looks like they're both going to get taken down along with Moon. As now here comes the transfer. CHEF-KOCH locked and loaded, sniped in. He's got his crosshairs right there on the point where he wants to be able to make the shot. Bomb just going to be taken away here for 3D. Method is down to 10 HP. I can't stress this enough. That's very crucial. It's going to be all about the shot. Volcano's not doing too well for himself as well, as he's down to 24 HP. Looking into it. Here comes the move. Volcano going to get taken down there. Now Method is also going to get dropped there. Again, the health became an issue. CHEF-KOCH was able to take out both of them in alternate attacks. Wins the first round of the overtime. So that's going to push it 16 to 15 overall altogether here with alternate attacks and 3D.
Yeah, 1-0 lead right now, and an amazing retake right there. They had an opportunity to win that round. 3D did. They needed to hold up there, but again, like you said, not enough health. Really just steamrolled them with some good play. 3D had a good aggressive entry into that bomb site. Some good flash work, some good smokes, and they really were able to get in, but attacks did enough damage on that they were able to come back in and be successful on that retake. So 1-0 right now in overtime.
Looking at it right now, we've got a full overview of the guys as they're working their way up here towards that B side. Let's go towards the netted bomb side. Take a look here, fast. We got 3D starting to work their way up. Chucky starts things off there in Deceivers. CHEF-KOCH inside of the apartment hallways. He's able to get himself 1 kill for another one. But this time, Volcano plays extremely aggressive, takes him down. Now Volcano pressing here towards the apartment area. He's looking for the AK spam, trying to be able to take him out. Again, looking for that shot to be able to enter in towards that netted bomb site.
Neither team finding much success right now. Really slow action. Both teams trying to figure each other out in this overtime. A lot of new strategies, a lot of new attempts here. Neither team being much success. Oh, not checking his side right there, Method did.
That really was crucial there for those guys, as they should have been able to make that shot. As now it's going to be a 2-0 here in the overtime. Alternate attacks leading this one here over Team 3D. It's really getting down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, I mean, every round is starting to pile up, and 3D can't afford to get behind. I mean, we're talking about a very small round here. We're not talking about a full match. You only have a very limited time, so you can't get behind by very far. 2 rounds down right now.
An extremely aggressive approach here by alternate attacks. They're going straight down banana. Here comes Jaguar. Jaguar watching that position. He was ready to go. He's able to take down one of the members so far. Right now what we're looking at is we've got Jaguar. He's playing aggressive. He dropped down towards that ladder. He's trying to be able to close off this entry so his teammates will not get flanked from behind. So Jaguar picks up the gun, and along with the bomb, he's able to drop out Moon. And now we're going to start heading back over to the other bomb site, as now Capio, along with CHEF-KOCH, the last 2 guys live here for alternate attacks. Volcano working his way out. CHEF-KOCH goes down, and Jaguar getting that bomb down here inside of the netted bomb site.
The quick rotations between the bomb sites working again in the favor of Team 3D. The offense can move in red, can move to the other bomb sites so much faster than the defense can. So quickly, 3D moved from attacking that banana bomb site to attacking the main bomb site, and now you can see Capio having to flank all the way around because of that.
Capio going straight for the round. He knows that it's going to come down to the end, so he's going to go straight to try for it. As he is down to 18 HP, it's going to hurt him. Volcano jumps up onto the box set. He's able to take out Capio. Now we're at the 2-1 score here in the overtime. Again, it's the first 1-6 here in the overtime. And right now, alternate attacks is leading this one.
They may be leading, but, you know, they've come back a little bit. 3D has in the momentum, and they got that last round. They settle themselves. Getting that first round in overtime, you know, a little bit of a hurdle. At first, you know, you start to see that 0 continue to stay up there, and any longer, and it becomes a little bit of a mental thing. So nice to get that first round on the board here, and it keeps the score fairly close.
As you can see right now, the team of 3D are starting to work this general area right here. They're taking their time to be able to boost one of their guys up inside of the house. As now Method's starting to work his way back down. He's going to go and regroup with his team. It looks like they're probably going to start heading over here towards this area right here. They still have one of their guys here inside of the house. They're going to start working their way up here inside of that netted bomb site. He's just taking their time. Bomb still in the hands of one of the members of 3D. She's about to be able to make the move. Mikey's got the bomb. Here comes the smokes and flashes here towards this netted bomb site, making their move here towards the site. Rambo clearing out the apartments. Going straight in here towards this side. They're going to go try to flank around. They're going to try to sandwich in here towards this netted side. As now Capio and Roman will be able to go to work here. CHEF-KOCH entering in there as Roman's able to pick up 2 so far in the round. Capio peeks out, takes down Shagwell. Capio takes out Method. That was a solid round there for alternate attacks, as now they're forced into 3-1.
We're going to be keeping an eye here on 3D. We'll see what they're able to buy. I don't think they are. So they're going to be at a disadvantage here. That means it's probably a pretty good opportunity here for attacks to build themselves up a bigger lead here, maybe push it out to 4-1, which will mean that they could have an opportunity in the second half of this overtime to put it away very quickly. Again, once we get to 5 rounds, they'll switch sides so that 3D will have the opportunity to play defense while attacks will move over to the offensive side.
3D, they really relied on that last round. If they were able to win that, that could have helped out with the momentum, but other than that, they also would have had the guns to be able to work with here for this round. Of course, you see different types of guns. You've got Deagles and Galil's being bought for the team. Those are the weak Pacific guns in the game. As right now, looking in here, CHEF-KOCH looking back around towards the apartment halls. Let's go and figure out where the action's going to happen.
Retaking it!
Comes the move, as it looks like Volcano was finally able to answer back to 2 kills. So now they're going to go to enter inside the site, making the move. They've got to be able to get that bomb down, but their main objective is to be able to win this round. Bombs get planted inside of the B side. Method down to 2 HP here inside the site. Peeks out, gets taken down by CHEF-KOCH. CHEF-KOCH comes up big. He's able to take down 2. And that's going to be able to make it 4-1. That CHEF-KOCH down all the way at the very end. Got a big smile across his face. You know that he's got to be like, yeah, that was a nice shot by me.
Yeah, and he's going to be checking out that nice shot, a nice Rolex in a little bit here if he keeps that up. Great job. 4 rounds for them already. All they need is 2 more, and they win this thing. Switching over to the other side now. Attacks has the duty of playing offense now. They've got to attack 3D, and they need 2 rounds out of the next 5 in order to be able to pull it off.
Trevor, it comes all down to this. We played all the way from Kentucky. We played in Dallas. We played in Sweden. We've played in all the way in London and China. And it comes down to a breakdown of all top 10 teams around the world. And it comes down to this. 2 teams. 3D versus alternate attacks here in the overtime for $50,000 in shiny Rolexes. Who's going to be able to win it? Alternate attacks is looking at right now as we're just kind of waiting it out for these guys to be able to get set up. 3D's kind of getting ready. They're talking it out, figure out what they need to do. They're in the bad situation right now. They're down 4-1. First 1-6, so alternate attacks has the upper hand here.
A lot of work for them to do here. They've got a lot to come back from. They've got to win all 5 rounds here in the second half of overtime, and they have to do it in impressive fashion if they're going to be able to even pull it off. It's going to be a difficult task for them right here. Here we go. We're going to get underway. You ready, Corey?
Here we go. It's again for $50,000 and Rolexes here at the World Series of Video Games presented by Intel. Here in the finals, it's come down to this. This is the finals of everything. It's all here on this last part. Again, 3D could push it into the second map, but right now with alternate attacks having the lead that they've got, still could happen.
This is an amazing match for the end of the tournament. Unbelievable. We've gone through all of this, and I can't believe it. We're in overtime.
All right, so looking at it right now, it looks like 3D is setting themselves up. Let's keep the real focus on alternate attacks, who's over here really starting to work this area. They're just kind of spreading out throughout the map. Let's go focus in here on Capio. Capio spamming through the walls. Reason why he's doing this, he's trying to be able to clear out the area. As right now we're taking a look here. Starting to be able to work their way back around. Alternate attacks doing a great job here. Spamming away, just clearing out the sides, causing a little bit of damage to the opponents here.
Nice and slow strategy here as attacks is starting to feel it out. They want to know where 3D is located. Well, we get the overhead because we can see two guys for 3D in that main bomb site, one guy in the middle, and then two more over in the banana site. So 3D's pretty well positioned. Let's see how they can repel this attack.
As it looks like they're going to start moving in here towards that netted bomb site. Seaver goes to work. He's able to drop one. And then it looks like it's going to be an answer back from CHEF-KOCH. Jaguar looking intense. He wants to be able to make this shot here from Library. Comes out firing. Almost able to take him down now. He's watching over towards the pit area. He's going to go and look out. Around the guys from alternate attacks is looking to be able to win this one out. If they pick this one up, Trevor, it could be over right there. Big kill there by Volcano, starting things off. Jaguar is going to get dropped there as well. It's all left up to Volcano now. He's got to be able to move in here side to side. Alternate attacks is now 1 round away from being able to win this one and be able to pick up the $50,000 in those Rolex watches.
Well positioned by 3D. They try to come in from both sides, but great job by attacks. They held strong. They held their spots. They stuck together. They watched their angles, and they didn't allow 3D to pick them off. And you know what? One more round, like you said. Oh my gosh, it's getting right down to it.
It's giving me goosebumps right now. Really starting to feel this one as we're looking around with these guys, taking a look and seeing how these guys have been playing out throughout. This is what it all comes down to. Alternate attacks wants to bring it to one final round. 3D again, of course, buying whatever they can. Coming into this one, it's getting intense.
We've seen 3D come back with everything. At this point, you don't want to give them any life. If you're the attacks team, you got to shut it down right here. Don't go any further with this thing.
Starting to be able to make their calls. Again, alternate attacks versus Team 3D. It's come down to the very final round. It's only right now 5-1 here in the overtime. 3D's got 4 more rounds to be able to push it into a second overtime, or alternate attacks might be able to win this one. Again, 3D on your left, alternate attacks on your right. No actions happen yet. Now Rambo opens things up. Jaguar able to get himself one there over towards the netted side. As here comes Capio and Roman on the transfer. Meti comes back around. That's a big kill there. As rounds down to a 3-on-2. Looks like it's going to be left up to Sievers. Take that back as Sievers gets taken down by Capio. Now left up to Method and Volcano looking inside the side, falling right behind Capio. He's watching inside a pit. The bomb's taken away. Let's try another making their call. Moving in there. And there goes Volcano, and alternate attacks has won it all. They went from going all the way from Sweden and then moving on. They played over there at the Intel Summer Championship. Then they come back here to be able to finish things off and be able to come and show that the German powerhouse is out and about and just dealing it.
Absolutely amazing. I'm impressed. They came all this way. Everybody thought, you know what, they're not even going to win this. They're going to be lucky to win a match. And not only do they do that, they come in here and they win the whole thing. Absolutely impressive. A great display by the Germans.
Extremely intense. And I'm going to go and copy exactly what you said there. I honestly didn't even feel that alternate attacks had it in them. They're bringing in here 2 new subs to be able to replace some past players. They're putting things together. But the experience of CHEF-KOCH, the teamwork of Capio, the way that all these guys have played out all together, just completely intense.
It was an amazing match, and fitting that it goes to overtime. We've had such a great tournament. 10 of the best teams in the world have come out here and played some amazing Counter-Strike, and we get this to end it. What a treat.
That's extremely intense. And alternate attacks looking on to be able to grab that $50,000 and then move on and be able to have that Rolex watch as well.
That's going to look good on the plane ride home, you know? Might show that to the person next to him, I think. It would be pretty amazing.
Overall, looking at it, what did 3D do wrong? Because it's sad enough as it is. Alternate attacks did everything right. Now, what slip-ups did 3D have?
Really, they didn't hold themselves in that first half of OT on the defensive side. I mean, on the offensive side, they didn't have any success. They tried to attack in different areas, and really, the alternate attack shut them down on every attack and was able to, you know, neutralize anything that they tried to get going. So great job by Team 3D. I mean, excuse me, by Team Attacks. They outplayed them, plain and simple.
Well, 3D was able to come back into it and then do extremely a good job as they were able to push it into an overtime. Again, one of the powerhouses of America, and then come back into it and losing it to alternate attacks. A little bit rough, but in the end, alternate attacks definitely on fire. They really proved themselves here at this event, here at the World Series of Video Games. I'm looking forward to seeing them next time. But other than that, guys, it's been really great. So we've actually got Greg there out on the floor with alternate attacks and Dave Moto Gaffon to be able to get the feel of it. So Greg, how's it going?
Yeah, guys, I want to talk to Dave first from 3D. You know, you guys are the comeback kids. We all know that. But what went wrong? You fell short.
You know, attacks just played exceptional when they needed to, and that's what happened. It was very close. It came down to overtime, but the rounds that were needed to win for both teams, they just managed to find them.
Would you say this is clearly the best team in the world?
Well, obviously. I mean, this was the best competition in the history of gaming, in my opinion. So,
wow.
And they managed to come out on top, so my hat's off to them.
Dave, it was a great competition. Thank you very much. Let's move it over to attacks. Alternate attacks, you guys played really well. I know there were many great moments. An exciting match.
Oh, yeah.
Was there one that stood out to you?
No. It was so much moments, like 5, 4, 6, 7, I don't know. It was so much moments, and even in the first round, like they almost won the round. It was so close, so much left, but we still won it. It was so exciting, really.
Now, not only you guys won the Rolex, the $50,000, you guys were able to give us the best celebration we've ever seen in the World Series of Video Games. Give it up one more time, and I want to see a great celebration again. Alternate attacks, the world champions. Everyone, round of applause. Let's give it around.